Oh well, that looks like it. Last day of the occupation at the Big Mother House, the Royal Mint. We've had a good run, raised a lot of awareness through probably collectively tens of millions of people millions of people have read about this occupation, heard about it on the radio, in the media, and it sparked a debate about, let's use some of these, look at this space, look how much space is there. Some of the 1.5 million empty buildings. No one's freezing to death on the streets. All we really want to do for 25 years is set up environment, community centres in various empty buildings all over the country. And, we could end homelessness if there was a political will. And like Tom was saying, one of the quotes in the papers that was really good was, why don't we actually, Tom was like, anybody can, walk in for an empty window in a commercial building and, get in and be out of the cold and not freeze to death. We should be starting to use these things. And, 105,000 kids in temporary accommodation homeless over Christmas. That's not acceptable. And there's 1.5 million empty buildings. Look at all those buildings behind that completely sat lying empty. It's not on, it's an end to homelessness. And even, Londoners on average wages, on good wages, good wages now can't actually afford to rent or get places in London. So, they're pumping up the property bubble with all this, money from arms dealers and offshore tax havens. Cameron and Osborne's mates setting them up. What is it? The facts and figures on it is something like 950 billion bailed out the banks. Something like 900 billion was the money in tax havens, and the money they're cutting all our public schools, libraries, hospitals, fire stations and public services is about 900 billion as well. So if Cameron and Osborne and their crony mates coughed up the 900 billion they got stashed in their pirate islands. I think there's a book by Nicholas Shaxson, like Saxon with a H, Shaxson, and it's called Pirate Islands, and it's all about the Virgin Islands and all these offshore tax havens that have robbed us, not paying any tax in this country, sending it off to these islands, and consequently we have to cut all our, public services with austerity. All right, this is Phoenix, and I'm out.